Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays. It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingroveinn.com.
Called the Oprah of radio by her listeners. Award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com.
Listen to Dr. Pat, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern on CRN.
It's the PM Show, nationwide, coast-to-coast, weekend edition on CRN. The PM Show on sports. I'm Michael Horn, but the star of our show is the famed Sultan of Safeties, 2 safeties in 1 game, the all-pro defensive end, the acting legend, the one and only Mr. Fred Dryer.
And I never once got suspended for drugs.
And you know what?
I never once had any problems at the height and the zenith
of the whole thing.
Of the movement of the 60s in New York City and Los Angeles and everything else. And while everybody else was going down in flames, and they're going down in flames today, and there's a lot of
what's
stuff
going on is a big story here.
I was always mystified, as I am today, that an organization such as the National Football League could have 32 entities and go out and scout profusely the college ranks and every other ranks you could possibly get, whether it's a truck driver, whether they're bartenders, whatever they are, to get talent to stockpile their respective teams, and miss the fact that guy's a dope addict. Miss the fact that guy's a gangbanger.
It is very true.
Completely miss it and ignore it. And in the case of, Aaron Hernandez, he was the organization, the Patriots, as well as everybody else that was scouting Hernandez at that time, his junior and senior year, was told by the Florida Gators, this guy is a great athlete. He's got everything you could possibly want in the position. He's got bad character. He hangs out with drug addicts. He's a gangbanger. He's got tattoos to reflect it. And you guys got to be very careful of him. What they do, they draft him. They didn't draft him number 1. They didn't draft him number 1. They drafted him in the 4th round. But that makes a big difference. Somehow, 3 notches in the drafting pecking order somehow rides the fact that the guy is a dope addict and a killer.
Now, they check to make sure, like, your Achilles tendons are okay and your bicuspids are all right and all that stuff, but they don't check the fact, your background, to see if you're in gangs or if you're overly tattooed or, to me, if I see somebody, and I know this is a modern day, but if you got tattoos all over the place and your hair is hanging out all over, I'm going to check you out a little more. You would think. You may call that profiling, but if I'm going to hire you, if I'm going to hire you for my football team or baseball team or basketball team or hockey team, I'm going to check you out a little bit.
I'm absolutely crazy about this. We got a stack of this stuff, these sheets in here that our lovely producer Courtney Cadera printed out for us, and this is just one after another. After another. Deion Jordan
in the news
to 2015 season for violating NFL substance abuses. Jordan's latest suspension will remind teams of the dangers they confront. I can't even read it. When drafting a player with an off-field substance abuse issue. So
they drafted him knowing that he had a
lunacy.
It is lunacy.
This is absolute stupidity. And I'm going to say something. And when we come back from to the next segment, I want to just enlighten the listening audience to my experience as a senior from San Diego State at the East-West Shrine Game in San Francisco, when I was given a profile test by the National Football League.
Really?
We were handed out profile tests to find out.
You think they still have those today?
Well, if they have the one I took, then we're all going to the loony bin.
Okay, we got to find out about this. Fred Dreyer is in the house, everybody. He is the man that talks sports with you every week at this very time. You can follow him. You actually can email him, Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com. Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com. You're tweeting these days as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm tweeting. A guy tweeted me this morning and says, hey, the Orioles are playing a game and there's nobody in the
We're going to talk about that, too. There's nobody in the
Wow, what a game we didn't see.
Who threw out the first ball? I have no idea. We'll have more for you straight ahead on CRN. Fred_Dreyer is his handle there on Twitter.
Need professional grade and industrial strength? Get a Kubota Z700 zero-turn mower now with financing as low as 0% APR for up to 4 years during Kubota's More Power to You sales event. 0 down, 0% APR financing for terms up to 48 months on select equipment now through June 30th, 2015. Not available for rental, national accounts, governmental customers, or with some customer instant rebate offers. Financing through Kubota Credit Corporation USA, subject to credit approval. Other exceptions may apply. For more information, call toll-free 1-888-465-8268. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
For 20 years, you've counted on Lumber Liquidators for the quality flooring you want at the low price you deserve. So we've lowered our already low prices on some of our best hardwood floors. Why pay over $3 for laminate at big box stores? We've got solid pre-finished hardwood from just 99 cents. And gorgeous premium quality Bellawood pre-finished hardwood and bamboo for an incredible $2.49. More deals from 49 cents and 24-month special financing. For beautiful, safe, and high-quality hardwood floors for less, see the experts today. Visit LumberLiquidators.com to find a store near you.
Welcome back to the PM Show, weekend edition on sports. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show. He's all pumped up and fired up today, too. We're talking about the acting legend, football superstar, baseball player, all-around great guy, Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thanks so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the background.
Give us the background.
1968 December, I'm at the East-West Shrine game up in San Francisco, up at Ricky's Hyatt House in Palo Alto.
Right.
And the place is packed with NFL scouts. All the top talent is there for this game, this charity game, the Shrine game. And it's a great honor to be a part of it. And we're given, over the course of the week, all the scouts from all the people from all the combines
right.
and all the owners and everybody else shows up, and they pass out this booklet. It's a published paperback booklet that's kind of like bound together, and in it are a series of psychological questions.
Really?
Yeah. So, so Ogilvy and Tutko.
Like how many questions?
Ogilvy and Tutko, 500.
500 questions.
So Ogilvy and Tutko, the two geniuses from San Jose, the guys who decided to try to give insight and perspective to the current a generation of soon-to-be pro football players.
Yes.
Trying to figure out, getting more in-depth information on all the talent so you could really be in tune, so you not only could draft the right guys, but you could talk to them, too.
Right, that's right.
That's the hope of the thing, communicate with the younger generation. So they give us this questionnaire, and they hand it out at lunch. And so we're kind of thumbing through it, and all the guys, and I'm sitting, and it's a who's who. I'm sitting next to Joe Green, Ron Pritchard, Ed White. I'm sitting next to all these guys that went on to do something in the league, and so we're thumbing through it, and of course I go right to the back.
The last questions.
Yeah, well, the essay parts of it. Suppose the essays, which really comes down to just a 2-sentence question.
Yeah.
And there were questions like, first it starts off, are you happy to be here? Yes or no?
What did you write? Yes.
Oh, of course.
Good. That's good.
So I'm going through it. I'm going through the entire
These are tough questions.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I make a joke to Joe Green. Hey, Joe, let's get together, go over the test after lunch. Yeah, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. So everybody scatters after lunch and they go to their respective rooms. And now I start calling people. I'm hot dialing because this now thing to me is hilarious.
You're having fun
I cannot believe. I called my mother. I was so outraged. I said, I can't believe they're asking that, to fill this out. This can't be serious. I wonder what the answer to all these tests are, the questions are.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go through the whole deal. and everybody is finally fills it out. And for the afternoon, for the next afternoon practice, you come in and you turn them in, you throw them on the table and stuff like that. So I threw mine on the table, and so it's all over with now. And some of the questions were: do you make your own clothes?
That's a good one.
Have you ever seen an automobile?
Really? And what did you answer to that one? Was that a yes?
Well, wait a minute. I'm just going to give you what
These are serious questions.
Yeah, that's right. You know, do you make your own clothes?
Yeah.
You know, all these types of things. All of these types of
yeah.
questions, ranging from the most remedial, "Hi, how are you?" to the most complex, you know, "Have you ever seen a car?"
That's good. That was a tough one.
So this whole thing was so preposterous that I turned my test in the next morning, and a guy comes up to me in the afternoon and says, "Could I talk to you for a minute?"
Is that the way he said it?
Yeah,
just like that.
Yeah. "Could I talk to you for a minute?" I said, "Yeah." He said, and he digs out his briefcase and fumbles through a bunch of piles of stuff, and he pulls out
your test.
My test.
Yeah.
And he says, "You know, I was just looking at it last night."
Yeah.
I said, "You were?" He says, "Yeah." And I noticed that you signed it, but you never filled it out. So
you didn't answer one question?
I said, "Did you notice that?"
What does that say? What does that tell you about me? That's definitely a psychological profile.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. That'll tell you a lot.
So he said, "Yeah." He said, "I was just wondering." I said, "It's Jim, right? Your name's Jim?" "Oh, yeah." I said, "Jim, you're going to have to tell the Cleveland Browns, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the St. Louis Cardinals, and everybody else out there that you represent, that this is my answer to the test."
Signing your name.
I signed my name, and I left everything blank.
It was a good signature, right?
Yeah.
One of your better ones?
So now, apparently, that gets out, and one of the coaches on our team comes over with, "Hey, you know, you can't be goofing around about stuff like this, you know, because you got to fill this stuff out because these guys are going to draft you, and something like this might cause them not to draft you, you know, where you," and I just said, "Stop."
I see where you're going here.
I said, "Stop." You mean to tell me that's the research they're doing on me, if I fill this out or not? That's it? That's the background check on me? That I filled it out? Or, gee, Fred's not a good guy. He didn't say hi to me today in the lunch hall, you know? So this whole thing, this is 1968. So this whole thing has just pervertedly spun into what you have today. Guys who are clear dope addicts, murderer gang participants.
They'd sign their name if they could, but they just don't even sign their name.
Yeah, who show up and say, I know I was stoned last night for the meeting, but I promise not to do that again. Oh, okay, we'll draft you number one then.
That's right, number one.
And then they draft him, and then
Jim. I think the guy's name is Jim that answers the question.
And the Deion Jordan suspended for 2015
season. The whole season.
For the entire season.
He's suspended.
And I put at the top of the page here, another great NFL success story.
That's right.
He's been
defensive end
without pay.
Deion Jordan, Miami Dolphins.
I love this
third
guy.
Overall pick in 2013.
Third overall, the third player pick
for the entire season.
Pick. This is such a damaging element to the draft philosophy of the national. This is the third player picked in the draft.
Third overall in the draft, and but Fred.
Yes.
Fred.
Somehow I'm wrong. I know you're going to tell me I'm wrong.
Fred, please. We need to have compassion for this poor man who has substance abuse and is making millions of dollars. You need to have compassion for him.
Well, listen
and
to
hope that he can overcome
Jordan's
this
latest
problem.
suspension will remind teams of the dangers they confront when they're drafting a player with off-the-field substance abuse issues. Jordan was suspended 4 games in July of 2014 for violating the NFL policy.
That was a tip. That was a clue.
Shortly after he turned to work, he was hit with another 4-game suspension for violating the league's substance abuse policy. At the time, Jordan said he was, quote, undergoing treatment to address my situation. And thank Coach Joe Philbin and the entire Dolphin organization for, quote, their support, unquote. In February, the Dolphins and Eagles were close to completing a trade for Jordan that would have happened were it not for the diluted test sample. I can't go on.
A diluted test sample.
After all of this, the Eagles and the Dolphins were going to trade for him.
Going to make a trade.
Yeah, I'm done. You know, anything you tell me that happens about the National Football League,
hey, forget it.
I believe it. You can just forget it.
All right, it's the PM show. It is the sports weekend edition. That's the amazing Fred Dreyer. I'm Michael Horn at CRN. Stay with us here. Don't forget, email Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com. Follow him on Twitter, Fred_Dreyer. That's his handle. Check it out. CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow-top mattresses, luxurious linens, and down-filled comforters. The Fountain Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays. It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingroveinn.com.
Have you ever considered adding a home security system but thought it would be too expensive? Here's the good news. There's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home, valuables, and your loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Here's even better news. Your new system, worth $850, is free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and purchase monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Get the peace of mind that comes with owning an ADT monitored system, plus a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
When you ask for a raise, give your boss a heads up first. Expert Laura Fredericks.
I want to come to you, thank you for your time, to talk about three things. Number one, about the company, how much it raised this year. Number two, my part in it, and I'll show you how I got to that and helped it in quantifiable terms. And third, show and demonstrate why I'm worthy of this 15% raise.
So you're even giving the figure right up front.
I would.
By setting up what the talk will be about, your boss won't be blindsided and can prepare. In the meeting, stay focused. Don't whine about the amount of work you have. Stay on track, relaxed, optimistic. Mention the pride you feel about the specific accomplishments you've done, and proceed down the path you've already laid out, including the amount of the raise you want.
People don't get out the numbers, and that is where the ask can really break down, because you're leaving it to chance, and you don't want to do that.
Tomorrow, what to say if your boss says no. Laura Fredericks' book is The Ask. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis.
It's the PM Show Weekend Edition, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. By the way, this is the weekend edition on sports for the PM Show, because we have the Sultan of Safeties, 2 safeties in one game, the All-Pro defensive end, the acting legend, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer at the helm here.
Thanks so very much.
You're up at bat now. I believe they just called your name.
Jesus.
Speaking baseball, you're talking about background checks and signings. What about the Angels and this Josh Hamilton? He was had drug problems when he was with Cincinnati, drug problems when he was with Texas. The Angels sign him, and then Josh Hamilton's family say, please support him during this time of need. The guy's making millions of dollars, and he's snorting or drinking or whatever the hell he's doing. I mean, come on, grow up. And this is your profession. Be an athlete and not a drug dealer. I mean, this guy, I'm telling you, how can these guys sign these guys when they know that they got drugs in their background? It's like, and to millions of dollars. And now the Angels, they're ticked off because the league won't suspend or do anything to Josh Hamilton. Well, you know what? Then that tells you Major League Baseball is finished right along with football.
I think they should sign Deion Jordan.
That's a great idea.
I mean, they're both in the same cab.
You actually... Look at the studio audience loves you for that. That's a great idea.
Insight beyond the pale. Deion Jordan suspended for 2015 season. He's on his way to rehab. Stop by at the apartment complex, pick up Hamilton, and they can split a cab. And by the time they get there, they can split an ounce.
But Hamilton hasn't been suspended. He's still getting paid. The Angels trade him to Texas, and now the Angels are paying how many millions of dollars? All but $8 million of his salary this year.
Yeah, they're saps.
If I'm Texas, I take that trade just because he can be a bad boy, and you just have to pay $8 million.
You know what's like? It's like all of these people. It's like Artie Moreno and all the owners, all the guys who love their franchises and are willing to go the extra mile. Not all the owners are willing to do that.
Right.
But they get wrapped up, and all they see is a statistic. All they see,
You're right.
All they see is the fact is, well, he had a great year last year.
You're right.
And he'll be fine this time, and he's great, and we like him. Everybody loves him, and we'll put this. He'll be great in our batting order, and he's a great left-handed bat, and all this other nonsense. And what you wind up getting is people who live in a vacuum. You know, for some reason, common sense doesn't prevail. They don't see it.
This is a key point, Fred Dreyer, because they look at all these stats, and you can have the greatest players stat-wise on your team, but you got to open up your eyes and see which guy's uniform is dirty, which guy will make the dive for the ball, which guy will, I don't care if his batting average isn't 300, but he gets a hit every time there's a runner at second base in baseball. That's the team I want. And the Dodgers, to go to, when they made all these trades and got rid of these high-priced guys, in the first few weeks of the season have scored some more runs by having guys that have been hitting with the timely hits. And that's, I think, what a team needs, and I think a lot of teams get it, a lot of teams do not.
Well, look, it comes down to somebody has to go. Somebody has to go. Somebody who's in charge of this. Somebody has to say to Artie, "No, we're not doing that. I'm the general manager. I'm the manager of the team. I'm telling you, don't do it. This guy would be the worst possible thing you could put on."
Don't the scouts? Aren't they supposed to do? Are they supposed to scout these guys?
Where's the organization?
Right.
Where's the infrastructure to tell somebody? I just saw the guy in the locker room.
He was snorting.
I mean, this guy's on steroids, or this guy's got tattoos all over him. He's 31. He's still getting tattoos. You got to get rid of guys like that. There's people out there at some point in time. Okay, you're 18, you're 19, you're 20, you've been in the Marine Corps, you've been shot at a couple of times, and you want to put, your mom on your back. That's fine. But, at some point in time, stop doing that and give us the insight that you've moved on in life and you've grown up a little bit and you're willing to be responsible. They give this guy, what'd they give Josh Hamilton? 5 years, 125? That's all guaranteed.
125 guaranteed $1 million.
All of it's guaranteed, and guess what? The arbitrator said that he did not violate the tenets of his contract.
How could you, if you go down for drug use, not violate your contract? I don't get that. How do you not have that in your contract?
Well, if I'm Artie Moreno, and I'm not, I would go right to the press, I'd turn on the cameras. I'd go right to the press and say, Josh Hamilton's a nice kid. He's got to grow up. He's not going to grow up here, and I'm not paying him a penny. You can sue me all you want. But as far as I'm concerned, that guy is not getting one more cent of my money. I'm sick and tired of these dope addicts. Nobody says it.
Would you realize how many people you'd have in support of you in the world of baseball?
Nobody's. Look, I always say this. We used to say this a long time ago, Mike, when we first met. Everybody seems to have turned over their thinking capacity to a politic. Everybody's frightened today at every level. It doesn't make any difference if it's politics or sports or anything else. These people here are brain dead, all of them.
Fred Dreyer, ladies and gentlemen. It is the PM Show Weekend Edition with the one and only Fred Dreyer. Email him, Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com. Follow him on Twitter, Fred_Dreyer. Straight ahead, we continue more on some of the worst free agent signings of all time.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. Is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you? It's springtime in the Southland, and the yucca filamatusa are in bloom, and so is the hunger and thirst for good times. Palate-pleasing, mouth-watering steaks, yes! Neptune's gifts of the freshest fish direct from the seven seas, oh yes! Columbo's delectable Italian family specialities that shame the competition. Yes, jazz every night. Check. All at such reasonable prices. Yes, yes, yes. And might I add one more yes? Thank you. Let us not forget their award-winning meatballs. Oh, yes. Columbo's. It's more than the stuff of urban legend. It is that good. Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's. Yes. Manja.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. Really? They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent time. Call now, 800-471-5173, 800-471-5173.
Are you nearing eligibility for Medicare benefits? Then you know now is an important time in your life. Medicare benefits can be a complicated puzzle. You don't want to overpay for your Medicare coverage or get the wrong plan. Let Health Markets Insurance Agency help you. With one free phone call, a licensed insurance agent will help you select a Medicare plan that's right for you and your budget. If you're becoming eligible for Medicare, call today and learn how to get the most out of your benefits.
800-793-1960, 800-793-1960.
Health Markets Insurance Agency is the DBA or assumed name of InSphere Insurance Solutions, Inc., which is an authorized insurance agency in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Not all agents are licensed to sell all products. Service and product availability varies by state.
Call 800-793-1960, 800-793-1960, 800-793-1960, 800-793-1960.
Welcome to Staples. How can I help you?
Hey, Staples guy. I need to promote my new business and do it on budget.
I can make that happen.
Can you print business cards?
Staples can print business cards, brochures, banners.
Pens?
Pens, magnets, luggage tags.
Calendars.
Calendars, sticky notes, lawn signs, and window decals.
What about foam fingers?
What color? Red, yellow, blue?
You had me at yellow.
Make on budget happen, make getting noticed happen. Staples, make more happen. Now at Staples, get 40% off large banners, posters, and lawn signs.
Offer valid on all large banners, posters, and lawn signs in store and online and 6/27/15. Discount applied before taxes. May not be combined with any other offer. See store staples.com/signs for details.
AJ here from the Tee It Up Radio Network. Each week we cover the world of golf for you. Celebrating 18 years, Tee It Up continues to bring you fresh inside the ropes reporting and one-on-ones with Hollywood's most passionate golfers. So stay in the know with the Tee It Up Show, Sunday morning 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on CRN, Digital Talk Radio.
Catch the gang from Tee It Up on CRN1 Sundays 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
It's the PM Show, weekend edition on sports here from CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn, but the real star of this program is the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thanks so very much. I'm looking at this top 5 list of the worst free agents.
These are the worst
of all time.
Free agents, and Josh Hamilton definitely on that list. He might be at the top of the list.
He's here number 1.
5 years, $125 million. Come on.
Here's what's amazing about these guys.
Yes.
Here's what's different. They've got Mike Hampton, Melvin Upton Jr., Manny Ramirez, Chan-Ho Park. That rounds out the
top 5?
The five guys.
So Hamilton was 5 years, $125 million. Mike Hampton 8 years, $121 million. Now, he was with the Rockies? Is that what happened? Is he got signed?
Yeah, he went up there, and they told him, whatever you do, don't go up to Colorado and pitch because it's bad for pitchers. There's no bite on any breaking ball, and he went up there for the money, and guess what?
He went 21-28 at a 5.75 ERA.
8 years.
Was worth a -7.
8 years.
He was lousier on the road.
That's like going to prison for 8 years.
9-19, 5.77 ERA than at Coors. Then you got Melvin Upton Jr., got a 5-year deal, $72.25 million. Being traded to the Padres before the 2015 season. He had hit just 198 in his 2 years with the Braves. So how did the Padres sign a guy that was batting 198? Even I can figure that out.
Hey, look, don't ask me. We just said it before the last break. You know, people turn their common sense and their reason over to a politic, and they feel as though that we got to get him. He's available. We can afford to spend $72 million on this guy to hit 25 home runs and not do anything else. But what I'm getting at is Josh Hamilton. Here's what makes this so unsavory.
Yes,
these guys didn't perform. All these 5 guys that we're talking.
You're talking about Manny Ramirez, 2 years, $45 million. He had one good month with the Dodgers, didn't he? And that was it.
I mentioned this to you off camera. Is Manny Ramirez? They penciled it out when they said 2 years, $45 million. They made so much money in a short period of time off of his merchandising. You know,
with the Angels? Dodgers.
Dodgers. Manny Wood.
Yes, they did.
They made
That's
this
what I'm
back
saying.
plus.
Yeah, they made it back. They had a lot of stuff.
But in the meantime, they bust out their salary structure. You know, and the other thing else is that Hamilton is a dope addict. You know, it's one thing not to show up and not perform and have an off year.
Right.
But to be a dope addict on top of it?
It's terrible.
I mean, how do you tolerate this?
Josh Hamilton says he can't wait to get out of Southern California. Is this a bad area for dope addicts? Is this like
it's Southern California's. Venice Beach caused me to OD. No, it's just beyond anything you could possibly. It really is 2 and 2 is 5.
It is 2 and 2 is 5. Chan-Ho Park. Now, he was good with the Dodgers. He signed a 5-year, $65 million deal when he went to the Rangers back in the 2002 when he pitched from 202 to 205. And his year-by-year ERAs when he was with the Texas Rangers, 5.75, 7.58, 5.46, and 5.66. So he didn't have actually a stellar time with the,
I'm exhausted. And there's more to it. This is just baseball.
This is baseball.
Now there's some NBA news.
Oh, wait, before we get to the NBA news, this just in. The Orioles defeated the White Sox at Camden Yards 8-2 with a no-hitter in attendance. I mean, no fans.
No fans.
Absolutely no one showed up for that game because they wouldn't allow the fans in. There's another thing. You talk about political correctness. You know, I watched these guys when they were having all this rioting going on in Baltimore, and you see the guy that was a former councilman or senator for the NAACP, and he goes, well, we have to think and realize these people are in pain and they're hurting. No, they're not. Maybe the first few people protested as a protester, but the rest of them are thugs that want to just steal TV sets and steal cars and drive into liquor stores and steal liquor. That was what's going on. They were all thugs. They're professional stealers. The best thing coming out of that whole Baltimore thing was that woman, that lady that came in and took her kid and grabbed him into the car and beat the hell out of him and got him in the car. I think she's been offered a talk show. I'd love to have her on this show because that's what I do. If I say, hey, you get over here, you dip jerk, get in the car and you're coming home with me.
It should have been a father beating him up.
Well, the mother came and got him. Well, I don't care one or the other.
Because he doesn't have a father.
Beat the hell out of him.
He was wearing a hood. She's trying to pull the hood off his head.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
She got him out of there. But she got him out of there. That was the one good thing that came out of it that I saw. Yeah. Now you can go to basketball. I'm through with baseball. Other than I'm very sad and sorry to hear about our buddy Kirk Gibson, who played 17 years in Major League Baseball, most of it with the Detroit Tigers. Most notably, though, he's remembered for his home run against the Oakland A's in the 88 World Series. And then he managed with Arizona, and then he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's. He was doing play-by-play for the team for Detroit. So we wish him a tough break.
Hey, by the way, at the Oriole game, were they playing walk-up music?
You think so?
Do you think
that's a good question?
Do you think they unplugged? Did they unplug all of the bells and whistles?
Did they have like
in other words, was it like it was in the 30s and the 40s when you went to a baseball game?
Just nothing.
You could hear anything you want. You could hear a guy out in center field. Hey, you son of a... You could hear anything you wanted at a ballpark. But you can't hear it now.
No, because they got walk-up
They have
music.
the big screens and all this stuff.
Were the big screens working? Did they put the big screens that say now batting Fred Dryer? Do they have the pictures up there?
Well, I
want to know that too.
Yeah, I want to know, did they go ahead with the program as if there was 40,000 people in stands?
Did you hear like the umpires going,
yeah,
that would be great.
I want to hear the guy yell out, you're blind as a bat.
They might be onto something here. This might be better for baseball.
It's way better.
Broadcasted on television.
No fans.
No fans.
No fans.
Isn't that great?
That's exactly correct. All right.
I think that's really. Did they have it? Well, let me ask you this question. All seriousness here aside. Did they have a 7th inning stretch? I want to know.
How about the wave? What happened to the wave?
That's dismal. Did some of the backup players that were in the dugout did a wave?
They scored. They had a 3-run home run in the first inning or something.
Yeah, the game was over before.
6-run first inning. Did the guy take a curtain call? Did he come out and doff his cap? I want to know these things.
I want to know this too.
It's a sports program.
And what happened to the poor schlub that was trying to sell a hot dog? Did they sell any hot dogs at all? Did the players go up?
Yeah, they only needed one hot dog vendor.
That was
all they needed.
And that was for Jay Johnstone. He used to go up to the hot dog stand at Dodger Stadium and buy hot dogs until.
I'm going to run this by Tommy. I'm going to see what he thinks about the philosophy of hot dog vending.
See, I would have just had Tommy sitting in the stands right there holding court out there. I would have at least one fan.
He changed seats every inning. So he's sitting in 9 different places.
Like Campy Campaneris played every position.
About that hot dog.
Maybe Tommy sat at every different field box.
Hell, there's nobody out here to eat these dogs. Someone's got to eat them.
What would an extra $250 a month mean to you? For some, it's a little financial breathing room. For others, it's a car payment, a home repair, or help with college tuition. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I've got some great news if you're looking to save money on your mortgage. All it takes is a simple phone call to Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Folks who refinance with HARP can save an average of $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year. Our home loan experts fully understand the HARP guidelines, and they'll walk you through our streamlined process. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Calls for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
For 20 years, you've counted on Lumber Liquidators for the quality flooring you want at the low price you deserve. So we've lowered our already low prices on some of our best hardwood floors. Why pay over $3 for laminate at big box stores? We've got solid pre-finished hardwood from just 99 cents. And gorgeous premium quality Bellawood pre-finished hardwood and bamboo for an incredible $249. More deals from 49 cents and 24-month special financing. For beautiful, safe, and high-quality hardwood floors for less, see the experts today. Visit LumberLiquidators.com to find a store near you.
Times sure have changed since Geico started saving people money over 75 years ago. We didn't have video games like today, but that's not to say we didn't have fun. One of my favorite games was Don't Get Kicked by the Goat. Now that's some real excitement, especially when someone lost. Yep, back then we knew two things: how to have a good time, and that Geico was always a good deal.
Geico, saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years.
Welcome back to the PM Show, weekend edition on sports. I'm Michael Horn, star of our show, Hollywood acting legend, sports all-pro defensive end, 2 safeties in 1 game, the amazing Fred Dryer.
Thanks so much. I'm going through my notes, and we've covered football, the idiocy of football. Oh, wait, I left one thing out about football. And
What'd you leave
here's
out?
what it is.
What was that?
The word is, we're getting ready for the draft swirl on Thursday. Is that correct? Is that tomorrow? That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Coming up, yes.
Okay, it's coming up anyway. This weekend. So there's report that the Cleveland Browns are desperate to try and trade up to the second spot to get Marcus Mariota.
So they want to trade
the quarterback from Oregon.
Yeah.
And in this release, it says that it's reported that the Browns have been contacting Tennessee to make that happen. And not once in this entire article was the name Johnny Manziel mentioned.
They made that mistake for Johnny Manziel, didn't they?
Well, Johnny Manziel was the guy that they drafted 10th last year in the draft. He's a 10th player picked. And this guy's in drug rehab. What is going on?
I don't know, but I do want to ask you one other baseball comment, and that is the Dodgers, played the Giants.
So we're going to segue out of football now? Is that what we're doing?
Are you through with it? I don't want to leave if you're still in it.
It's redundant. It's the same old thing, but I just wanted to finish up that Johnny Manziel is not mentioned as a possible trade because once Mariota gets here, Johnny Manziel is gone.
He's gone, right?
Yeah, and also because
is he out of rehab though?
Yeah, because also this is on the outside. Danica Patrick,
Oh yeah, what about Danica?
She's losing her.
She's not doing too well in auto racing.
Sprint car cup driving. She's losing the sponsorship.
Wait, she's losing sponsors. That's not good.
For 2016. And look, she's going to be doing a cooking show, or selling vacuums on the Home Shopping
Network. You think so?
Yeah, and that's where she should be because she can't win anything.
So she's not a good driver.
No. What has she done?
There's a woman driver joke in there, but I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, I know there is.
I'm not going to touch it.
There's a lot of slow motion GoDaddy commercials of her hair blowing, in the wind.
Just like
but that's about it.
Chan Ho Park might become a good driver for auto racing since he couldn't pitch anymore when he was with the Rangers.
Yeah.
Really
all
good.
right.
Okay, now so the Dodgers playing the Giants. They lost 3 straight in San Francisco. They won.
I want to just
one. Then they.
I just again the sports talk shows today.
They're not talking this way.
They are. Oh man, these people. When they don't get what they want, the sky's falling. And here's the deal.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Kershaw? How come we?
That's what I wanted to ask you. What's wrong with Kershaw?
Nothing.
He lost 2-1. That's not a bad score.
Nothing is wrong.
But he's been losing games and not dominating.
He elevated the fastball, and Posey, who's supposed to hit it into the center field seats, did.
But that's
and there was
happening
people
a lot.
out there last night. We had people in our.
It's happening a lot.
Yeah,
and so I just wonder when's he going to turn it around and win a game.
Here it is. If you listen to Oral Hershiser, which I do, he's the only guy that has the proper perspective.
I like Oral.
Finally, on this Dodger telecast, you don't have Charlie Steiner trying to psychoanalyze Oral Hershiser, or Rick Mundane or anybody of these other commentators.
You like to watch Dodger Vision and Oral Hershiser. I do
I like
as well.
I like to listen to him. He knows everything there is to know about.
What about Jerry Royster?
Who's
or
that?
Jerry Harrison.
Jer Hair?
Yeah, J Hair.
Yeah,
J Hair.
I have a mute button.
Maybe they should get Jerry Royster.
The mute button? I've got it. It's starting to wear out now.
But Oral Hershiser has some good insight. I like him. He'd make a great manager.
Yeah, of course he would.
Yeah.
He'd make a good GM.
Yes, he would.
But the point is that the command of the wicked slider that goes down and into right-handed hitters is flat.
So
I'm going to explain it to you.
Flat,
Let me
right?
explain it to you.
Okay, that's good.
It's flat. So it comes out of the same arm slot as the fastball.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So it's flat. So when the hitter sees the same arm angle coming at him, he's going to say, "Oh well,
fastball."
It's fastball because I'm not being fooled by anything else."
Yeah.
So he's sitting on that. They're sitting on it,
and because it's not breaking down and in.
That's correct. And so what he's doing is, and he's missing his spots with fastballs and sliders. And it was elevated. You see where the catcher's set up?
Yeah, down low.
And this thing was like a foot and a half above, right over the heart of the plate. You could have hit it out.
Really? I could have?
You. And Tommy in there. He could have hit it out. But so he's just fine. He's just fine. The other thing that was kind of interesting is that what Kershaw said was they loaded up the lineup with right-handed hitters, and the right-handed hitters,
yes,
the right-handed hitters weren't the most productive guys you could load up for a Kershaw game. In other words, they didn't really challenge the pitcher.
Well, they went
Baumgartner very much.
They went that whole thing about lefty righty or something against Baumgartner.
No, I know.
I don't know if I believe in that stuff.
Well, look,
come on, Gonzalez is a good hitter. Put him in.
Statistically, you might over a course of a year or 5 years, you might say, okay, that's valid. But you're only playing one game. Anything can happen in one game. So anyway, the point is that Kershaw's fine. All right, next, when we come back, I want to talk about Javaris Crittenton.
Are we going to get to some basketball news?
He's guilty to manslaughter. Gets 23-year term.
Wow.
That guy who was drafted, he was drafted by the Lakers. He was the first-round draft choice.
Was he?
19th overall in 2007. Remember Crittenton, Javaris Crittenton?
Yeah, I had
Crittenton. He would rather shoot people than play professional basketball. So we'll get into that when I come back.
Guys, the PM Show, Weekend Edition on Sports from CRN Digital Talk Radio. Check us out here. You can email Fred Dryer at crntalk.com. Follow him on Twitter, Fred_Dryer. Follow him on Facebook, facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer. All this and more straight ahead. NBA news just around the corner. Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California. With the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Are you worried about losing your home to foreclosure? If you've been threatened with foreclosure or received legal papers from your bank, you have approximately 30 days to respond. If you do not respond, you could lose your home. You have rights. Act now to protect your rights. You can stay in your home. Many times you can even modify your loan. The bottom line is you can get past this, but you must act right now. If you've been served by your bank and you're worried about losing your home to foreclosure, now is the time to fight back and save your home. Time is limited, so call the professionals at National Foreclosure Defense right now.
800-515-6309. 800-515-6309. 800-515-6309. 800-515-6309. That number again is 800-515-6309.
It's the PM Show, Weekend Edition, final segment. CRN Digital Talk Radio. PM Show on Sports. I'm Michael Horn. That's Fred Dryer. Fred and I were just talking about our favorite room. If you went to a hotel, would you want to have a beachfront room where you could walk right to the beach and then into your room? I would love that.
Ground level,
right to the beach.
Open
and
the sliding door.
And go to the beach
from your
back.
living room, your bedroom, and walk right out to the water.
Yeah. Walk on the grass.
I would like that, but it could cause a problem if you've got kids. Because the kids
you have to be careful.
right next to the walkway. You don't have strangers walking by your house and saying, "Hey, I'm
so
going to."
You probably want to go a couple of floors up then.
Maybe one floor up.
Yeah, because then you don't have to walk up the stairs as much.
Yeah.
Okay, we got NBA news for you right now, and you're saying that Javaris Crittenton, he has pleaded guilty to manslaughter. He's got a 23-year term that he's facing here.
Yeah, he made the big time.
Wow.
Another NBA success
Do they still have to pay him while he's in prison?
No.
They don't? Okay.
I don't think so.
All right.
I think he may have breached his contract.
He he admitted he was a gang member, and he had a role in this 2011 shooting death of a mother of four.
A mother of four.
Sentenced to 23 years in prison. Should we have that politically correct? Like, well, but let's pray for him right now at this very time of need. Yeah. Hey, he murdered a woman, a mother of four, so rot in prison, Javaris. Anyway, he
would rather shoot people.
He was involved in two other Atlanta area shootings.
Then make $2.6 million in guaranteed money.
Unbelievable. And
listen to this.
Yeah. Didn't he confront the fans or something?
Crittenton joined the West Los Angeles street gang known as the Mansfield Gangster Crips.
That's when he was
He's
here
out
with the
here
Lakers.
Playing for the Lakers.
And he joins the gang.
He was late for practice one day because he had to go to a Crips meeting.
What is wrong? This guy, he had a confrontation when he was on the Washington Wizards with his teammate Gilbert there, and both players admitted to pulling out guns in the locker room. This is basketball. Welcome to basketball.
Of course.
Make sure to have your basketball and all your shorts and all your gear.
Don't forget to bring
your gun.
You mean the Lakers and the NBA, the scouting combines did not know that Javaris Crittenton had a hole in his head? That he was an idiot? That he was dangerous? He was a criminal?
Apparently not.
Well, wait a minute. Somebody has to say, hey, guess what? Javaris is in jail. He just shot a woman who was a mother of four, and he's now you got 23 years in jail. And I made a note down here. Cellmates, Aaron Hernandez.
Really, are they? Is that what's going to happen?
Exactly, that's what they are. But that's what you have today, folks. The politic of the day, the beauty of our show is the fact that we go right at the politic of.
You don't hold anything back. You don't.
I'm done. I'm too old now. I might be the oldest sports guy on radio.
You think so?
I could very well be.
I don't know. Really?
Yeah.
You could be the dean. We don't call it the oldest. We call it the dean.
Well, however you want to
host.
slice it up. The point is, I've seen too much of this crap. People are too polite, too tolerant, and we're being destroyed. We're not looking at the truth. I would love for the Lakers and all the Dodgers and everybody. By the way, the buffet table at Dodger Stadium is wide open now. There's more guys on the DL than there has been in the last.
They got a lot of guys down.
Last year now.
Puig is on the DL. Crawford. Yeah. There's a lot on there.
Oh well,
Ryu, all those guys.
Dr. Sheps, believe me, Dr. Sheps could take that
a good
laser
sponsor of this show.
right over there. Maybe
we can bring Dr. Sheps to a game.
Fix Crawford's oblique.
Dr. Sheps was supposed to go to a game in Baltimore here recently against the White Sox, but apparently
he got lost in the crowd. We couldn't find him.
All right, that's our show. If you missed anything, check out the website, crntalk.com. Download our cell phone app.
Did we cover everything?
CRN Digital Talk,
Is it just somebody else being arrested for dope?
There could be someone. Some guy lost an endorsement deal.
Got to know. I just have to know.
Follow Fred on Twitter, Fred_Dryer. Email him, FredDryer@crntalk.com. Final words, Fred?
I'm done. I got to go.
Which is most important because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this?